I'm here in Napa Valley, California for two spectacular pig roasts. I start in Calistoga, California, where a pig is stuffed with truffles worth thousands of dollars and cooked in a rotisserie made from recycled materials. You can either put a down payment on a house or make pig. I then head just 10 miles south to St. Helena for a Cuban-style pig roast prepared in a crazy, one-of-a-kind rotating grill.
Oh, that's good.
I'm in the middle of wine country here, surrounded by vineyards. Although this looks like Italy, this is Calistoga, Napa Valley in Northern California. I'm standing on this 13th century Tuscan-style castle, and we are making the ultimate pig roast here at Castello di Amorosa. I'm meeting up with Todd Spanier, who along with general manager Joe Giovanetti run the company King of Mushrooms. They supply mushrooms, truffles, and wild foods to chefs in the Bay Area. Okay, so Todd, I'm born in Trinidad, and in Trinidad we take steel drums like this and make instruments out of them, but you've made a contraption that looks like a mix between Back to the Future and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. What is this thing, man?
I gotta give credit where credit's due. My grandfather built this back in the 70s.
Yeah.
And this is a steel drum rotisserie. We have an exporting soda keg made out of stainless steel. Plasma cut it in half and welded it together.
What's this,
So this is an old exhaust pipe here that I got from my cousin, and we got a little piece there, so it screws right in. This was Grandma's, help her out in the bathroom right there,
The handlebar.
So yeah, so welded that on there.
But how do you control the heat on this thing? I don't quite grasp.
Get over there.
Okay.
Grab onto that. Now see that there? That was an umbrella stand for Grandpa. You can raise and lower this.
Oh, I see.
You can get it
what's
hot,
going down.
cold, bring it up and down.
Very ingenious. What's all inside? I see you got a whole bunch
These are
of
like
bricks.
100-year-old fire bricks. These are the original bricks that my grandfather used. So if you didn't have these bricks in here, the heat would escape immediately.
Because the bricks are good at retaining
Exactly.
the heat. Firebox below, rotisserie for the meat, a cover and a hood, a ventilation system, and a raising and lowering system.
Pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
Pretty simple. A little wacky,
A little wacky, but
but simple. What do you got planned? What are we cooking?
oh, I'm gonna impress you. We're gonna do the most incredible truffle pig you've ever seen. Oh yeah.
How do we build this fire?
Every fire needs kindling.
Yeah?
So stale bread.
I've never seen this before. Clearly, Todd is into recycling. Day-old bread for kindling, and grappa, an Italian alcoholic beverage which offers a clean burn for our fire.
So I like to start first with a nice little kindling of manzanita.
Manzanita, is this native to this
Manzanita,
region?
it is indigenous to California. Very hard.
Very
hard.
dry,
Burns
too.
very hot.
What's this little green stuff on there?
That's some lichen, half plant, half fungus.
Oh, that's
King of
kinda
mushrooms.
Cool. I'm sure it burns good, too.
Exactly.
Look at that. That looks cool.
So we're gonna throw some nice, beautiful blue oak logs.
So starting like this, going down the line.
Beautiful.
A lot of airflow, a lot of wood. That means a lot of fire. So it's a pretty simple process. The bread is soaked with the alcohol. That's catching on fire. That's catching the manzanita wood. And the manzanita wood is catching the oak. In about half hour, I think we're gonna have some pretty nice coals here. Okay, Todd, it looks like we're in for quite a feast here. We have a beautiful pig, looks about 110-ish pounds, something like that.
120.
120. Looks beautiful, but what I'm really enamored by right now is this mounds, these mountains of truffles.
Well, yeah, we've got quite a few truffles here. I'd say several $1,000s worth of truffles.
Really?
Yeah.
So how did you get into all these truffles?
My grandfather, Ed, since I've been a little boy, got me into mushrooms, and I just took off from there.
I'm smelling something else. I definitely get the earthiness, but is there something else you've marinated in?
Oh, yeah. So we took some beautiful brandy and just soaked it in brandy cognac.
Ooh, so you take on the richness of the spirit, some of that sweetness, go with the earthiness of these truffles, the sweetness of the pig. I can taste it already, oh my God! I've never handled this many truffles at one time. You know, we can either put a down payment on a house or make pig. I like that.
Well, these truffles here are from Australia.
Australia? Now, I know about France and Italy, well-known, coveted truffle regions, but I've never heard of Australia.
Well, these are from my buddies down under, the Wine and Truffle Company. Years ago, they brought in the trees from France. They go out there with the dogs and pick these truffles.
So we got our lovely crochet trussing needles ready to go. I'll do the back here. You can get the jowl.
Yeah, we're gonna basically sew all this up and hold all this truffle love inside.
So when it's cooking and basting and
yeah.
the meat starts kind of shrinking in like this, we don't lose any of the goodness, right? So Todd, where's this pig coming from?
This pig is locally raised in the Santa Cruz Mountains. My good friends, Fogline Farms.
Beautiful heritage breed. So this is a nice, fatty, really sweet, tender pig.
You know what fat is? Fat is flavor.
So now we're putting the pig on the spit. It's not light.
Oh, it is not. 120 pounds.
Okay.
Are you gonna get your side in?
Into the shim.
Right. Yeah, set it inside.
That's it.
That's it.
We have the pig finally on the spit. Now the rotisserie spinning. We let the process happen for 8 to 12 hours. Next up, our pigs get even more flavor added to it. You put that in the Hobbit stick.
Exactly.
And then I find out what luxury tastes like. This is such a treat to get it right off the spit like that. Okay, so here we are. Look at this beautiful view of the Castello di Amorosa.
Come on, Castello di Amorosa here in Calistoga.
That's why he's here. That's why he's here. This pig has been cooking for how long now, boss?
We've been about 5-6 hours now.
Okay, so we should check in on it.
Oh my God!
Look at that, look at that. The fat has started rendering, and the beauty of these heritage pigs like this, they're laden with fat. And that fat has a lot of flavor, and it also keeps the meat nice and juicy as it bastes and cooks.
Exactly.
And I see those truffles are poking out.
Yeah.
They're cascading out of this thing, and you can really smell it.
Oh yeah.
Wow, so earthy and rich, and I get that fatness from the pork.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow, that is
Delish, huh?
spectacular. But I noticed you got a bucket down here.
Yep.
With a brown liquid. What is that?
Well, we got cognac and pork fat and mushroom juice.
Ooh, wow, that sounds decadent. Okay, but how are we gonna, you just gotta throw it on there?
No. So my grandfather taught me back in the 70s and 80s how to make a beautiful brush.
I noticed you have a little hobbit stick. You're a pretty tall hobbit, boss.
That's a willow stick. I am Willow, a great warrior. So this is rosemary, sage, California bay laurel, wild fennel.
So what do we have here?
So this is mirto. Mirto is kind of a little bay leaf, and it's traditionally used for pig roasts in Sardinia. So what we're gonna do is gather all these herbs up like this, take our sorcerer's...
You put that in the hobbit stick.
Exactly, the hobbit stick.
How's that looking?
That looks beautiful.
Hit the road with that.
Let's do it.
You hear that sizzle?
Yeah.
It's kissing the fat. And you know, it's really amazing because I'm brushing the ham and I can really smell the aroma of the herbs taking over. It's quite strong.
Yeah, it is amazing.
I'm getting excited because it's starting to smell really delicious. We continue to feed our fire and baste our pig for 3 more hours, removing the lid to get that crispy finish we want. I mean, look at it glistening and shining. The skin is starting to get nice and crispy and crunchy. Maybe I'm gonna convince my wife to let me buy one of these contraptions for the backyard.
Cool.
Nah, that's not gonna happen. How long has this thing been cooking now?
It's been cooking for about 9 hours.
I think it's time we could kind of get ready to take
we're ready
this
to
thing
pull
off.
this thing and eat like kings and drink like fish.
Pull this out.
Pull it out.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Woo!
Nice.
Sizzling as it hits the
Oh,
board.
look at that juice.
Look at that. That is really stunning. Mmm, the aroma. You know what? I really get the smoke. I get all the bay leaves and the rosemary, the smoke.
Very complex.
So aromatic and flavorful. This meat is so incredibly tender. This is such a treat to get it right off the spit like that.
Just
been spinning
apart.
around. It's perfectly
Falling right off the
basted.
bone.
Oh my gosh. And I'm getting this hiss of truffles So decadent, so rich, so flavorful. I mean, that's incredible. Is that exactly what you remember as a kid growing up? Generations of your family?
Oh, yeah. Grandpa Joe, all day long, a lot of love. He'd be proud.
Well, I'm proud to be a part of this tradition. Thank you for sharing it with me.
Thank you.
You know, I think all we're missing is a couple bottles of wine, and it might be just enough food for me and you.
I agree.
Yeah?
Blow it up, baby.
Coming up, we're grilling a pig, Cuban style, on a very clever grill designed by an engineer. Man, where were you like 15 episodes ago? Now, every culture has a way of cooking whole hogs. So if you go down to southern US, it's all about the whole hog barbecue. If you hit Hawaii, they're cooking that pig low and slow under the ground. I'm here in Napa Valley to meet up with John Fink, and he does a very special pig, Cuban style. John's company, The Whole Beast, brings the beast to you, carefully selecting the animal and style of cooking for your event. So here we are surrounded by wineries in this beautiful vineyard, but also pounds and miles of steel and contraption and concrete. What's going on here, man?
We're cooking whole animals. These are some pig cookers, and as you said, a lot of concrete, a lot of metal, aluminum. Some people nickname them shark cages, but we're securing the animal properly with the two stainless steel cages and clamping it down with different size bolts depending on the size of the animal.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So you have these two pieces of fence in between, and so for a thicker animal, you would have a thicker space between, and for a smaller animal, you have the smaller space between the two fences.
Correct,
So this one is for quail, and this one is for when they catch Tyrannosaurus Rex. There's this kind of contraption on the side.
Kind of nicknamed as like a protractor axis. Pull that pin out and you'll just see,
Whoa!
there it goes.
Check that out.
So this becomes an actual one-man operation.
Man, where were you like 15 episodes ago? I've been flipping pigs, like, this is crazy. I love this thing, man. You know, I think I would have to go through NASA or something to be able to build this thing. What's the background behind it?
I was inspired by my father-in-law, Antonio, and he is from Cuba, and he is an engineer, so there is a lot of thought and engineering involved with this. And he's the one who constructed this whole pig cooker.
So he's really passionate about cooking and engineering. I see how the pig cooker happens. Are we using any of these blocks and bricks here?
Yeah, we use the squares. Those are the patio bricks, and we line the bottom with that, and that protects the ground and also reflects the heat up.
And you also have these monster cinder blocks here.
They're the framework where we rest the pig cookers on.
I want to start building this oven so that we can start cooking, because now I'm getting hungry. How high are we going to take this thing?
We're going to go 4 cinder blocks high. So we want a little airflow going through here, so we're going to put one of these cinder blocks on end.
So you got a path for the air to go.
Exactly.
Comes in and out, and it's constantly moving. Last brick. It's an oven. I got to tell you, that's really satisfying to do that. Okay, so what's this contraption here?
It's called a cowboy cauldron, and it's a great feeder fire.
Show me the way, I'll help you out.
So we crumple up some paper.
Okay, so what goes next in this bad boy?
Now we're gonna do the kindling, which is the oak chips right here.
Oh, okay, so these are oak staves, and basically they're used in wine production here, and these have been stained with red wine. It smells like a fine Cabernet, 1993. We also toss in 3 different kinds of wood to balance out the flavor. Apple wood, which pairs well with the pig, almond wood that offers a lighter smoke, and oak, which brings a stronger flavor, all sourced right here in Napa.
I think this will be about 30 minutes, and we'll get those coals exactly where we wanted.
Okay, well, let's go prep some pig.
Let's do it.
Looks like maybe 100 pounds-ish.
About 100 pounds, 95, 100. We just butterflied it. It looks centered. It's ready to go. We're ready to put the top on it.
Check that out, that's slick. This looks like a pretty well-seasoned grate, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's been used quite well. Okay, a little up and over. Now let's center it.
So it's time to load up the coals. Is there anywhere specifically we need to place the coals?
We are ready, yeah. We want to place the coals in the thickest parts of the meat, which is the head, shoulders, and the hams.
What temperature do you think we're cooking this pig at right now?
275, 285. That's a nice, comfortable temperature.
Okay, and how long is that gonna take us?
This guy, 95 pounds, 5 to 6 hours.
Yeah, can we try doing the little contraptions?
Yeah, let me show you how this thing works.
Okay. This is gonna be cool, this is gonna be cool. Oh, he's pulling out the heavy artillery. So that's good. I pull the pin
out, hold it, and then just let it rotate.
and it just locks like that.
Locks like that. That's what I love about this grill. We hit it at all different angles. So we hit the sides, the back, the middle.
So you can keep moving it around as you need to.
It's like a very slow motion rotisserie.
Next, we're feasting in true wine country fashion. And then John shows me the essence of a Cuban pig roast. I don't know what all these people are gonna eat. For more information on this episode, visit cookingchanneltv.com/manfirefood. Come on, come on. I'm here at the Terraces and Quarry Vineyards in Napa Valley with Chef John Fink, and we're cooking whole roasted pig, Cuban style. As you can see, the coals are going low and slow. We're cooking it on this very unique rotating grill. Tell me a little bit about where we're at with this pig right now, John.
We're about halfway through this cooking process, and as you said, low and slow. The skin is getting really crispy.
I'm surprised with how little coals there actually are in there. Is that because the cinder blocks are holding heat?
Yeah, it's really capturing the heat and truly insulating it, turning it into an oven.
Aside from this being a very specific family special grill,
A little unique.
what makes this a Cuban roast is how we're marinating it as we're cooking it.
We got that mojo marinade.
Mojo marinade. Can you tell me what's in this mojo marinade a little bit?
Well, we got the sour oranges. We have fresh oregano, dried oregano, cumin seed, black pepper, olive oil, and a little bit of salt.
Wow, that is bursting with flavor.
And now we're gonna apply the mojo marinade to the flesh side.
Woo, check that out. Just kind of be really generous with it, up head to toe.
Yes, and those sugars from the sour oranges are caramelizing, and that's just adding another level of flavor.
Can we flip this over?
Yeah, let's flip it. Let's see what the skin side looks like.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Oh, that's looking nice now.
See those bubbles? See nice clear bubbles? It's telling me that the meat is starting to cook. When you see clear juices like that, it's a good sign. It means it's cooking along. After 3 more hours of low and slow cooking on our rotisserie grill, our pig is complete. Wow, John, I gotta tell you, I'm standing here in the midst of this smoke. I'm getting that oregano, those orange, all the goodness. It's really permeated all those flavors.
The moment